Hi guys, NCWQ here, Rebecca. Please remember to like, subscribe, share the video, and help out on my fundraiser located below the video if you are able to. Anyways, I am doing an update of the earthquake that occurred in the Philippines in Mindanao. We have 2 pages of aftershocks from the 7.5, 7.7 that occurred. Let's see if we can get this to work here. So we can see 2 pages, and I'm looking for the biggest one that occurred. And this is going really slow here, which was, that's a 5.5, the 6.6, 5.6, 5.6, 5.5, and 5.8 are the biggest aftershocks that have occurred. I have put them into Google Earth, so they are located here. You see a 3.4 there, 3.3 here, and a 3.1 there. And I'm looking for the 6 that occurred. So we just go over them. Let me see here if I can find it by looking at the data. This is the 5.8 is here. There's a 5.2 there, 5.0 there, 5.6 there, and the 6.6 is right here. So we can see where these earthquakes have occurred. And these are all the aftershocks that have occurred from this earthquake. Now, it's something to note that Indonesia also had a volcano that spewed hot lava and ash, and it began at 7:07:54 GMT on Sunday. And it says, and Sunday would be yesterday, their time today. So it says that authorities began evacuating dozens of hikers who were reportedly stranded near Mount Merapi, one of the world's most active volcanoes in West Sumatra, which erupted on Sunday, sending hot ash and other volcanic debris 3 kilometers into the sky. The eruption started at 2:54 p.m. local time, or 07:54 GMT. There were no immediate reports or loss of life or damaged infrastructure. The Indonesian state-run Natural Resources Conservation Agency posted a video on X showing heavy gray smoke billowing into the sky following the eruption. While ash showers reached Bukit, Bukitjini, Bukinji City, the largest city in western Sumatra and home to over 100,000 people. Mount Merapi stands at 2,891 meters or 9,485 feet tall and is situated on the island of Sumatra, where authorities have long prohibited residents and tourists from hiking within 3-kilometer radius of its crater. Now let's look and see where Mount Merapi is located. We can see that it is located over here. I believe this is the Red Island. So there are actually 2 Mount Merapis. I'm just not sure if it's showing the right island here. Let me see. Island of Sumatra. Let me see if I can find the island of Sumatra. We'll know for sure. Yep. Okay, so it was the right one. Mount Merapi. I just want to make sure that I've got the right one. So it shows over here though. So anyways, this is Mount Merapi. It's an active stratovolcano between central Java and Yogyakarta, Indonesia. That's Camp Pasir. Let's see here. I looked at one picture. So this is the 2010 eruptions and what it looked like then. Let's do this. So you can see how the size looks. And I don't know, there may be, hang on a second. Let's go back this way. See if there's any views from the top. Okay, so this is a view from up top. Okay, so that's one piece of news for you guys. My other piece of news isn't so great. Um, Let me pull that up real quick. Pentagon has stated that U.S. warships and multiple commercial ships have come under attack in the Red Sea. An American warship and multiple commercial ships came under attack on Sunday in the Red Sea, the Pentagon has stated, potentially marking a major escalation in the series of maritime attacks in the Mideast linked to Israel-Hamas war. We're aware of reports regarding attacks on the USS Carney and commercial vessels in the Red Sea and will provide information when it comes available. The Carney is an Arleigh Burke-class destroyer. Earlier on Sunday, British Maritime Security Agency United Kingdom Maritime Trade Operations indicated that it had received a report concerning the activity of a drone, including a potential explosion near Bab el Mandeb coming in the direction from Yemen. One of the things a lot of people did not well, one of the things about this is that British maritime ship had no connections to Israel whatsoever. However, in reading other articles that I've seen, it is stated that Hamas, these groups are angry at Britain because they were saying that they were going to fly drones over Palestine. And so therefore, they are now attacking other ships. Okay, so anyways, it states the Pentagon did not identify where it believed the fire came from. However, Yemen's Iran-backed Houthi rebels have been launching a series of attacks on vessels in the Red Sea, as well as launching drones and missiles targeting Israel as it wages war against Hamas in the Gaza Strip. A U.S. official speaking on condition of anonymity to discuss intelligence matters said the attack began about 10 a.m. local time in Sana'a, Yemen, and has been ongoing for as much as 5 hours. There was no immediate comment from the Houthis. However, a Houthi military spokesperson earlier said an important statement would be released shortly. Earlier in November, the Houthis seized a vehicle transport ship also linked to Israel in the Red Sea off Yemen. The rebels still hold the vessel in the port near the city of Hodeidah. Missiles also landed near another U.S. warship last week after it assisted a vessel linked to Israel that had briefly been seized by a gunman. Anyways, that is one piece of news. Another piece of news is a U.S. warship was attacked in the Red Sea today. And it states that a U.S. warship came under attack in the Red Sea, the Pentagon announced on Saturday, in the most high profile of a series of maritime attacks linked to the Israel-Hamas war. Among other vessels that were hit by rocket fire were commercial ones, including UK-owned ship thought to have ties to Israel. We're aware of the reports regarding attacks to the USS Carney and commercial vessels in Red Sea and will provide information. The British military earlier said that there had been a suspected drone attack and explosions in the Red Sea Bab el-Mandab Strait. Now, I was reading somewhere that the ship that was from Britain had no connections to Israel. So there were apparently 3 ships that were hit. One of them was a UK-based ship. One of them was our military ship here from the United States. And anyways, other news states that Benjamin Netanyahu is vowed to continue the ground assault with increasing force, saying it was the only way to achieve Israel's goal of eliminating Hamas and releasing hostages. French President Emmanuel Macron said Israel risks unleashing a decade of war. And I saw a comment back from Israeli Defense Force, which said, give us 3 months. So in other words, they're basically stating they saw the comment and they said, we'll take 3 months. Um, there's been a lot going on. Okay, so let me see what other news I can find for you guys. North Korea's warning of a physical clash or war on Korean Peninsula is just a matter of time. Sorry, this video is just a little bit all over the place. I have been looking at different news and stuff and just thought that I would do an update on what I'm seeing. For people such as me that are getting Social Security, your Social Security is only going up by 3%. So know this much. When my Social Security goes up, I will get an extra $30 a month. I am so impressed. But anyways, when you live on $934 a month, you can't really afford to live. You have to have everybody else in your immediate life to come live with you so that they can help you to pay your bills. Isn't that fun? Okay, here's an average income. It says, and what I'm read here, Mount Merapi erupted, leaving villages completely covered in ash. Um, it said that the ash was approximately 3 kilometers into the sky and was seen 3,000 meters or 9,842 feet beyond its peak. Um, Initially, there were no reports of damage following the casualties. Damage or casualties following the eruption. Approximately 70 climbers began their way up the almost 2,900 foot meter or foot 9,480 foot mountain on Saturday and were stranded. And at the moment, 28 have been successfully evacuated, and the remainder is still awaiting rescue. So there are people still stranded on Mount Merapi. The volcano's peak is 2,891 meters, and it's on the 3rd highest alert level of Indonesia's 4-step system, with authorities imposing an exclusion zone around Mount Merapi crater. Communities around Merapi Volcano and tourists are not allowed to hike the Merapi Volcano within 3-kilometer radius of its peak. That's interesting. Well, this is a good information for those of you who live in my area. EPA decision: Fayetteville Chemours cannot import millions of pounds of waste with Gen X for now. See, we have been having a problem here in our area with Gen X in our water. So this is a good decision because a lot of us have had to start drinking bottled water and can't afford to just keep buying bottled water. We can't use the regular water in our taps because, we have Gen X in it. And for those who don't know, Gen X causes cancer. It causes lots of other illnesses and diseases and whatnot. In fact, there's several lawsuits because of it. It also causes cancer. Says the Environmental Protection Agency announced Wednesday it has reversed a decision that would have allowed the Chemours Company to import as much as 4 million pounds of wastewater containing Gen X to its Fayetteville Works plant from the Netherlands. The agency's decision was based on an inaccurate information that was given by the company about how much of the recycled Gen X it could process. According to reporting in NC Newsline, which cited an EPA official, the company admitted in November 13th letter to the NC Department of Environmental Quality that it had made an error in its calculation. Well, I'm glad that they're not bringing it here, and it's actually a major win for state environmental groups, state and local government officials, and activists in Bladen and Cumberland counties who tangled with the chemical company for years over Gen X contamination in the Cape Fear River and residents' groundwater. Gen X is part of a group of per and poly or PFAS compounds, so-called forever chemicals that have been linked to cancer in animal studies. Cumberland County Commissioners and NC Governor Roy Cooper were among officials who have called for the EPA to reverse its prior authorization made public earlier this month. Cooper and Commission Chairwoman Dr. Tony Stewart addressed letters to Michael S. Reagan, EPA Administrator who formerly headed the NCDEQ. I am glad that they have done this. There was a protest on NC 87 a while back about this, and it was in Aiden. It was one of the younger protesters was Aiden Autry, a freshman at Grace Creek High School, which is in my area. And one of the things he said was, "I don't like being, poisoned. I got to take a stand for myself." It causes problems not just for grown-ups, but for children, for animals, for the land, for everything. You use well water, you use regular water, and they're poisoning you. Okay, what other news do I have for you? Let's see what the weather's gonna be this week. Just curious. It's been weird here. Like today it's 73 degrees, but at night it's gotten to really low sometimes. But this week is actually pretty good: 74, 48, 66, 39, 61, 41, 55, 7, 31, 55. Let's see what it's. Let's look at Seattle, Washington. 45. Looks like they have flood watch warnings. King County. Looks like they have a flood watch all week. So y'all be careful over there. Now 4 a.m. Thursday all the way through Wednesday. 90% and 100% rain. So there's no way out of that one. You will have rain all week. There are multiple effects. It looks like you have a flood watch and breeze, so you have wind and rain to be worried about this week. And that's in Oregon. Okay, let's look at Wendy. We can see where this rain is coming from. Looks like we have quite a bit of rain up there too. It's been really, I don't know, it's been cloudy here, but not really much rain in this area today. Um, Nice and cloudy though. You can tell that the pressure is low. All right, you guys. Well, that was just a quick update. I hope y'all are doing well. Please be safe. Please take good care of yourselves. If there's something else big, I will try to come back on. Let's see if I missed anything while I'm looking up these quakes today. Pakistan had a 4.8. I think California had an earthquake today too. No, Hawaii's been having some quakes. They had a 2.6 and 2.1 here. Let's see here. I remember seeing California had an earthquake, so let's look. Yeah, there has been 6 earthquakes in California today. 2.1, 2.1, 2.1, 2.1, 2.3, 2.2. Let's export this. We will go to Google Earth and we'll show you where these are. So you can see there was one up here. There have been 2 here. That's the Kaliami fault. So there's one and then the other one's there. There's one down here. This is the White Wolf fault. And that one there is the Wheeler Ridge fault. Then we have one over here, which is sitting closer to the Little Lake fault. And then we had one all the way down here. Okay, that is not what I wanted. Close up. Which is right on the Elsinore fault. That one is a 2.1. All right, you guys, that is your quick update for today. I'm Rebecca. I hope y'all are doing well. Please be safe, take good care of each other and yourselves. Much love.